From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today we continue on with John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend, and we have got a good one in store, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the L.A. Chargers. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
In the course of a game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
Throwing first play is Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Here's Herbert. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. The Chargers come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the one tie. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thompson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Herbert back to the air. Throw left side complete. That's Thompson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for a first down. His 2nd catch of the opening drive.
59. Kappa.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set.
Now a run here off the, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Dayon Henley there on the tackle. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak. It's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
From the gun on third down, Mendoza working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they convert on third with a gain of 22.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Second down pass. Intercepted. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, first and 10. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And just not a ton of room to work with. They'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
5-9. 12. Hey, ram.
Now it's Herbert. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
So nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Looking to throw. Mendoza. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Jeanty, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders have recovered. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
All security eluded him. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Right back to Jeanty on 1st down. Now, not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Mendoza. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. Touchdown! Ashton Genty, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Mendoza. That's caught by Tucker. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Mendoza from the gun on 3rd down. They'll get this out to Genty. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown Raiders. Trey Tucker from 3 yards out. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Chargers 7.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They can certainly use it, down by 2 scores. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Again, Herbert. He's going to let this go for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Ray. Set.
Herbert now. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Raiders 21, Chargers 10.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now Mendoza. Off play action. Over the middle, complete. That's Thornton. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Genty. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying.
And he works free. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
This is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Back to throw here, Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. Oh, good move. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21.
That's another Chargers first down.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Quentin Johnston taking it in. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
And here's Mendoza off the play fake. Open man is Jalen Naylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. A give out of the gun to Genty. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Second and 11. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Mendoza. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm not very much a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20.
Line.
Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Hampton. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. That's pulled in at the 32. And now the rookie's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A punt return of 65 yards. And the Raiders have taken a fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Set, go.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Set. 59, 59. Set.
Back to Hampton on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Set.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. He's got it complete to Thompson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Ready.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two. Play the best defense you can and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. That's complete. Genty out of the backfield. Now he's into the clear again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty, 45 yards. And the Raiders have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert going to throw. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Herbert. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Throwing, Herbert. He's got Thompson here, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is 1st and 10.
Set. Copy. Hey, ram.
They run over center with Mitchell. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. Herbert to throw. Complete to Johnston here.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got 1 timeout left. Want to save it.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Here's 1st down. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Thompson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
Set. Ready.
Herbert. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Now Herbert. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. completed pass. Got to get down quickly and call a timeout. Mendoza now throwing to start the drive. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Las Vegas, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.